Hey guys, today we're going to talk about building up your sense of self-esteem, your confidence. And there's two parts to building up your confidence. We're going to make this into two videos. The first part is about your inner game, the way that you talk to yourself. Now, there's not always going to be someone right behind your shoulder shouting, "Come on, you got this, man. You could do it. You have it in you to accomplish this goal." You're the only person that's ever going to do that, and that person's up here. So we need to learn how to stand up and actually motivate ourselves and build up your inner voice so that you can build out what you actually do. Now, for this entire video, we're going to use the example of asking a girl out on a date. It's easy and it's relatable, you know? And so the asking a girl out on a date is our overall goal. That's the direction we want to head in. But in between accomplishing that goal of going out on a date and right now is a whole lot of time that's probably going to be filled with a lot of anxiety, sort of filled with questions like what if questions, like what if I just can't talk whenever I walk up to her and I look like a complete idiot? What am I going to talk about when I'm there? How will I do it? What are we going to go on a date? What are we going to do on our date afterwards? And this thinking about all of these what if questions are absolutely what hampers this voice from encouraging you to actually just go be. And so most of the time you fantasize about, you absolutely picture out every small little detail about what you're going to do, and you're going to picture out her reaction, and she's going to just have that knee bend, and she's gonna melt into your arms and love you forever because you're a romantic macho man. You just walked up and said, "How are you today? You want to go on a date? Got any plans Friday?" Like you picture up every single little unrealistic detail about it. Now you don't know what's gonna happen in between now and then. You don't know. I don't know, maybe she has a boyfriend. Maybe she already has plans Friday night and that's the only night you're available or whatever. You don't know what's going to happen. Maybe she just had a bad day and she's not up in the mood for being asked out today. And all of these little fantasies are completely unrealistic. You've built out a picture in your mind that absolutely needs to be fulfilled. And unless it happens that way, you're just going to get yourself down. Now, like, say you walk up and you ask her out and it happens wonderfully. She says yes, but it didn't happen the way you imagined it to be. You're still going to get down about it, and you got the answer that you wanted. Now, the only way to fix this is to stop having those unrealistic fantasies. What you need to do is be realistic with yourself and just be in the moment. You don't want to think about what you want. You just want to pick a direction, like say, I'm doing this. I'm going to go ask her out because I think she's pretty and I hope she's interesting. That's all the more you want to think about. And then in between then and now, you're just absolutely in the moment. You do what you want to do simply because you want to do it. No other reason. It's just popped in your head. You want to do it? Okay, let's go do it. So you need to begin the process and then ride the wave of the moment. Just see what happens. And then be focused not so much in the girl and her reaction. Become outcome independent. You want to focus on the small goals in between. And say, for me, I have had horrible approach anxiety, which is like just walking up and talking to people. It's the scariest thing in the world. And I understand a lot of you guys agree with me. So we want to make our small goal to be to just walk up and say hi. That's all you have to do. Be like, "Hi, I'm Brandon. How are you today?" And then see what happens. I mean, you're riding the wave. You began the process, and you're riding the wave. Now, if she just thinks you're weird and says, "I don't know, leave me alone" or whatever, you still accomplish your small goal and you still feel great about it. I mean, you freaking stood up for yourself and you went out and talked to someone. That's the only goal. And then anything afterwards is just a pleasant surprise or, whatever. Maybe she just doesn't like you. You're cooler anyways. She's just not cool enough to handle your cool. Okay. And so we're going to. Dingus, just give me one moment. So we're going to just walk up and talk to her and celebrate these small victories in between. And now this can be applied to other things in life as well. Say a lot of you are thinking about what's going to happen after high school. What are you going to do after college? What's your career going to be? But this is so unrealistic. Think about how much time that is. That's freaking like 10 years in between now and then. What opportunities, you don't know what sort of opportunities are going to pop up in your life in between now and then. You don't know, I don't know, maybe you just find some job that you're doing during college to pull you through, but it ends up being like the funnest thing in your life. Maybe you're a bartender and you just have a great time talking with everyone all the time. And you decide to do that for the rest of your life. Well, that kind of throws all of your fantasies out of whack, and then you're just bummed out because you didn't accomplish what you like dreamed about. And so what I'm telling you is to improve your inner game is to actually just stop planning everything out and live completely now. You're just going to go do what you want to do because you think it's cool idea, and then just see what happens. That's all you need to do. You just need to actually show up, and that's all the work you have to do. You just need to be there every single day and be actually here instead of thinking about some other time. I want you to remember that life is an entire experiment. Life is meant to have fun, and so many people absolutely forget that in the quest of their dreams. They forget to live now and just have a fun time doing it while they're planning for the next step. But while you're planning for the next step, you just completely miss now, and then you look back 3 years later and you don't even remember what happened. Life is an experiment, and the more experiments you make, the better it is. And so I want you guys to become outcome independent. Don't become invested in the goal. Just become invested in the small little victories that you can have along the way. Rejection honestly doesn't matter. Like, we'll take a little bit of some stoicism and apply this to our lives real quick. I want you to actually visualize what the worst thing could possibly happen. Okay, the worst thing that could happen if I walk up to a girl is she's just in a bad mood and says, "Hey, I don't like you. F off. Go leave me alone." Oh well, someone doesn't like me. So, she's just not cool enough to handle my awesomeness because I'm happy and she's not. That's literally the worst that could ever possibly happen. And so I want you guys to, there's 3 steps. Stop planning every small little detail. Number 2 is to just kind of show up, see what happens. And 3 is to constantly encourage yourself. I mean, you're the only voice that's ever going to be telling you, motivating you to go do what you want. And so just actually go do it. Like, say you come up with an idea, just follow through, see what happens. Life is an experiment. This is like science. Just go do it. Live life and don't be afraid to. One small step at a time. You take one small step in front of the other and you look back and, oh my gosh, where you started is a mile away. Go for it, guys. You can do it.